I'm going to call to order this work session for December 4th, 2024, and note for the record that all three commissioners are here and present in the Nat U Hill Room. We do have a planning item, but we're going to start with a urgent matter that needs our attention. Mr. Kreider, do you have information for us? Do you want to just go ahead and make a motion?
Sure. Move approval of the rooftop HVAC unit replacement with Harold Fish Inc. at the Health Building. Fund name 2021 GO Bond. Fund numbers 4814-4225 for the Health Building repair and renovation in an amount of $14,000.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Mr. Kreider.
Thank you for seeing me on short notice, Commissioners. This request is to accept the proposal submitted by Harold Fish Inc. in the amount of $14,000 to furnish and install a new 5-ton American Standard package unit that services the health clinic located on the main level of the health building.
Comments or questions, Commissioner Jones?
Just, I'm glad you're getting to this quickly.
Yes, it's urgent.
Commissioner Gibson?
Yes, thanks for getting on this so very quickly.
Yeah, I don't have any questions. Again, grateful for all this that it's going to take. And you mentioned that there may need to be a crane involved.
There will be a crane involved to set the new unit and remove the old.
7th Street or parking lot or
the parking lot. It's going to disrupt the parking lot for a few hours, and I'll get that out to the users ahead of time.
I appreciate you doing all this. Let's see if there's any public comment on this item. You can raise your hand on Teams. Seeing none, all those in favor of approving the rooftop HVAC unit replacement for the health building signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right. Next, I have to get to the right page. All right. Next we have ordinance 2024-57, the Humphrey rezone. We have Ms. Crecilius joining us. I heard you have some good news about your AICP.
Yes, I passed the exam, so I am officially an AICP candidate and will be submitting my planning experience for review.
Excellent, congratulations. Woohoo.
Thank you so much. Drew Myers as well as an AICP candidate this year too.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you, and good morning. So this is a rezone request. It was heard by the Planning Commission just this last month. So this is a request to rezone 4.5 acres in Perry Township off of East Empire Mill Road. It's currently developed as a single-family residential use. It's in an area that has some, residential uses. There's some commercial uses. So 4.5 acres. It is currently zoned estate residential, and so to the right we've got some small, it's. Some areas are, that map is, that's the proposed zoning. I was like, that's not right. Here we go. Current zoning map. So there's some areas that are estate residential and some areas that are agricultural rural reserve, with their family business being zoned light industrial directly to the east. So the petitioner is Kaylee and Raymond Humphrey. The property site is owned by Raymond Humphrey's parents, Chris and Harold Humphrey, with a family business storage rental to the east. They're requesting to rezone this to agricultural rural reserve. The CDO does have this property identified as being zoned agricultural residential 2.5. So I've been speaking with the petitioner for, on and off for a couple of years, and this year, their intent is to basically, have a new single-family residential home near their in-laws, their parents, and to support them as they age, one of which is, experiencing some medical issues, and then also to work at the family business. We have discussed a variety of options as to planning routes to be able to do this. The only, feasible route for them was to rezone and pursue a detached accessory dwelling unit use on the property. So build an accessory dwelling that would allow them to live on the property. There are some hurdles in that route. They've known that the CDO is coming up. Currently, the detached accessory dwelling use is not permitted in the estate residential zoning district. So this year, they filed in September. So over the summer, we discussed that, the CDO with an unknown timing, they would be going to a zone that would allow that use. But that, we had no set date. There were some kind of medical issues for them where they really wanted to try to get the process going to be able to build that second home and be close. So in September, they filed for this rezone to go to agricultural rural reserve. Of course, as we saw the CDO work pick up, it has simply just been, the rezone is going at the same time as CDO, and we didn't know which would be adopted first. So right now, of course, the CDO has not been adopted. This request is still valid. If, let's say, the CDO was adopted tomorrow, this request would be null because their zoning district would become agricultural. But that's unknown, so they've been moving forward. If the property is rezoned to ag, where the accessory dwelling is permitted use, or the CDO passes and it becomes a permitted use, they would still have some, hurdles that they would be facing with planning. One of which is that, an accessory dwelling is required to have 5 acres. So they do have a few more steps if this is approved, and they're very aware of. As of right now, staff supports with the CDO. We are supporting this rezone request. The Plan Commission heard this and they forwarded a positive recommendation as well. I think I have gone over all the pertinent information. I have not talked about the site. So the site is on septic. It is, let me just throw a photo up real quick. It is pretty much flat. There's a sloping hill from north to south, but it is 4.58 acres with no major issues. The property lines looking using our GIS on the overlaid on the aerial imagery does look a little off. So the property line is actually shifted a little bit to the west. So it's looking a little bit like it's encroaching to the east, but we did check the commercial site plan for the property to the east, and those boundaries are a little bit off. Of course, if they pursue the accessory dwelling at any point, we will be reviewing the site for compliance upon, submission of a building permit application. Most of the standards for the accessory dwelling unit are going to be either the same or very, very similar under the CDO. So we're not expecting huge changes under the standards for the accessory dwelling unit. I think I've pretty well covered anything. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Any comments or questions? Commissioner Jones?
This makes sense to me. It seems like a very reasonable thing to do. There was one thing that kind of caught my eye. Is the term flat slopes a technical term?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Commissioner Githens?
I had some questions from Ms. Crecilius that I had emailed her because the way the lines show up on that map, it looks like that one of the accessory units doesn't meet the side setback requirements.
And I really wish we could get better GIS mapping with accurate property lines. We just have never had that as long as I can remember, which is unfortunate because it impacts how people use GIS. But yeah, that's.
But also that parking area is
Right.
at the back of the
Right.
property. But that,
Right.
Ms. Crecilius indicated that as they move forward, they have to put in different applications. So
Yes.
I think this is, like Commissioner Jones, I think this is a very reasonable request.
Yes, yes. And they apparently didn't want to wait for the CDO to pass. So, but that makes sense. I'm totally supportive. And it appears they want to hear this, they want us to hear this on which date? The
They
11th?
did request December 11th. Yep.
Okay. Well, are you both okay with, I'm not going to be here, but are you both okay with that? All right. Okay, so we will go ahead and put this on a regular agenda for December 11th. If my colleagues have questions that come up in the meantime, please contact, as always, Ms. Crecilius. And congratulations on passing that big exam.
Thank you so
Kudos.
much.
Thank you for your help today. All right, do we have anything else? Ms. Purdy? Mr. Cockrell? All right, excellent. All right, anything else? All right, with that, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.